Okay, I have a bit of a channeled message for my feminines, a little tip for the feminines on a twin flame journey. I'm here in the forest. If you know me, you know forest activates the channel like there's no tomorrow. I'm even like shush, shush, I want to be present, but it is what it is. We move. So what I want to teach you today and make you aware if you are on this journey is that one of the greatest shadows that sticks around for a very long time, and the feminines sort of a struggle to overcome that shadow, even in very final stages when they are already sort of connecting to the divine feminine frequency, or maybe even some of them are in the divine feminine frequency. Being a divine doesn't make us perfect. Perfection is just an illusion. We talk about this all the time. But one of those shadows that is so hard to shake off is entitlement. It's entitlement. So it's that moment when your ego convinces you that I have the right to be with somebody, that I have the right to live my life, that I've been through enough suffering, that there's a limited amount of time to live and enjoy this life, and I want to live it with a partner, so I'm not going to wait anymore. Again, remember, wait is just a label. We've explained this label many times. It's not actually waiting. But I don't want to hold myself with hope. I want to be aligned with a soulmate, right? And this is where they start to search and they enter relationships. And again, for some of them, you do have free will. So if you keep, refusing and keep pushing this journey back, they will grant you your wish. For some, you're going to spend some time with that soulmate and it's sort of going to circle back, because this is who we are. We cannot unsubscribe from this. And I've done many videos about this concept as well. So here's how we fight with entitlement. First of all, you got to acknowledge. Second, you got to give it name. This is my entitlement. This is me thinking that there's something that I deserve in life, whereas life is just. It is. It gives us what we need. There's nothing that we deserve in life, no matter how good and love and light we are, because life is not about deserving. So you release entitlement. If you work me, you would know, or if you watch me, you would know. I often like to give you this exercise to connect to the ancestral women, to connect to the times where women would actually stay and sometimes have to let go of their men, their beloved, to allow them to go on a quest for protection, for survival. Sometimes it was for wars, sometimes it was for hunting, sometimes it was to find better grounds for us to live on. Whatever that is, in those times, they had to leave, and they had no way of knowing when are they returning, where is he, what is he doing, is he even alive. She knew in her heart that he's out there for a better future of me, of our children, of our community. He's fighting a quest for our survival, for a better world. And that is actually energetically in these times what our masculines are doing on their quest. So what she could do is to connect to the frequency of the heart and telepathically connect. I know you're somewhere out there. I know you're walking this path. I know you do it for both of us, whether you realize it at this point or not just yet. I know you're going to return home, and I'm going to hold the light for you. I'll be that lighthouse so you can safely return home to me. And I also love to give you the example of Keira Knightley in The Land of Bloom, and her waiting on that cliff to see him one day, every 10 years. If I had that choice, that's what divine love is about. I would take that choice. I'd rather see him one day every 10 years than let that go. Because love is not about entitlement. We are gods and goddesses of love, us on this journey. We're meant to understand what love is about and teach this to others. Love is not about entitlement. I say this to you guys always, and I've mentioned this in my Divine Masterclass. Imagine Keira Knightley standing with that 10-year-old child on that cliff and being like, psh, don't tell daddy that I already have someone else, because oh my god, it's so lame, 10 years waiting for him. I deserve to be happy. I'm young, I want to be with somebody, I want to enjoy my, oh my god. Does it sound like love? No, because it's not. It's entitlement. And I want you to realize that. And again, we have our free will. There is no judgment here. If you want to quit this journey because it's hard, it really pushes you to go so deep on yourself, on your own shadows and collective shadows of your ancestors, to let go, to release, to walk Christ consciousness. It ain't easy. You have the right to choose. You have the freedom, not the right. You have the freedom to choose and let go. But I want you just to do this in awareness. Don't say that you have the right to be happy, you have the right to be loved, because no. If you want to be loved, love yourself. If you want to be fulfilled, fulfill yourself. We are here to teach people that it is not the only freaking objective of human life and human existence to find yourself in a romantical love. It is beautiful, it's what we crave, but we've completely lost the perspective. And one of the key things that twin flames, especially those of you who are part of my wave, which means that you identify with more of that love bug kind of energy, glued to each other, gods and goddesses of love, because we also have different paths and different mission. But those of us, gods and goddesses of love, we are here to teach this to others. So do not allow entitlement to throw you, of course. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to say. Remember what he said to her. Keep that weather eye on the horizon. And it's exactly that. Such a twin flame, kind of a love story. But I digress. But it's exactly that. It's exactly the state you need to embody. Keep that weather eye on the horizon. Which means do not focus on the horizon. Do not cry looking at the horizon. Live your life. Live your mission. Move on. Be happy, be fulfilled, because that's how you raise your vibration. That's how you ascend. That's how you hold that light as a lighthouse on that cliff. But the weathered eye is on the horizon, which means that in the back of your mind, you know that there is a horizon. And one day on that horizon, you will see your divine masculine, because that's what love is about. It's not about what you can give me, what you can offer me now, what you can offer me every day. It's about two sovereign souls, two lone wolves who can exist without feeling entitled to find what they need through someone else because you're currently not able to give it to me. Whatever we need, we give it to ourselves. And then we simply want to be aligned with our highest, most aligned partner, keeping the weathered eye on the horizon.